my sandwich that I'm eating right now, but don't you worry, my computer will be fired up within minutes of me finishing construction of this sandwich, and then we can talk about pocket monsters while I eat my sandwich.
One moment, I'm chewing on a radish. This is the Pocket Monster Manual. I'm Willie Shambler, here with Bran.
More like gibbling on a radish.
Austin.
I could go for a real nibble right now.
Moogle.
Nom 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 nom.
And Specs.
I'm eating my sandwich.
We're talking about Gible, the land shark Pokemon.
I hear from a little bird that MD fucking loves Gible.
I love Gible. I think it is so funny. It looks like the biggest jerk on history, and it would constantly bite your shins, and it would not be enjoyable to raise at all, but you would absolutely love it.
Yeah, this thing would tear up your fucking house or apartment if you let it in.
It's like the smallest but most aggressive kid on the playground.
It is made of like teething. Like that's all it is. It should be called the teething Pokemon.
It'll chew on all of your cables in your house, and because it's a ground type, it'll never get electric shock, so it'll never learn not to. You can't teach it not to. Gible is the baby who puts the Switch cartridge in his mouth, makes the funny face, and then swallows anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real. This is a safe space, right?
Go on.
They don't taste that bad.
Oh, Austin, do you want it on a sandwich served with some GameCube controller peanut butter? Is that what you want?
Yes, please. I want that on top of a cake. I think at some point they did change the formula though, because I noticed at one point, I think it was like 2020. I don't remember. Sometimes in the 2020s, I noticed they started tasting different. Am I a Gible? Oh no.
Does the new flavor taste better or worse?
Lateral move. It's a different bitter, but I think I'd be that person in like an ancient tribe who like eats the bitter berries and dies because he thinks they taste good. That's okay. Like we all have our spot in society.
You're the gloom sucker.
I'm not the gloom sucker. I like something else. Anyway.
I think this thing is the wrong color.
What color do you think it should be?
I think it should be the same color as Gabite and Garchomp.
Well, Gabite and Garchomp aren't the same. Garchomp's still darker.
I guess it's got a gradient. This thing is more noticeably...
It is more teal than blue.
Yeah.
If they like took a little bit of the green out, I see what you mean now.
I don't think it bothers me that much.
If that stripe on his sandwich pocket was like his color, I think it would probably mesh a bit better.
I really appreciate from like a gameplay perspective that Gible is actually like a bit more like integrated into the region than a lot of pseudos. A lot of them are like, oh hey, you get this thing at the very end, it's gonna evolve at like, I don't know, 40 and then again at 50. Where this guy you can get pretty early. You can get him and he evolves at like 24. It's very reasonable.
You wander into a little cave after like the second gym and you just find him and you're like, oh, you need to come with me, bud.
Compare this shit to fucking Gen 5 Dino. Evolves at like 50 and then 64 and you get it in like I think Victory Road.
Yeah, and at that point you already got your party set and you don't want to make any changes.
48 is really low for a pseudo as well, for its final evolution.
Same with Larvitar in Gen 2.
Oh god, Larvitar in Gen 2. Like you can only get that in Mount Silver, right?
Yep.
Yes.
I think can't you get it in like Game Corner or something?
Nobody's got the patience for that.
Me, the Porygon owner.
No, in Crystal you can, in Celadon specifically, but not Goldenrod, so it is still like post-game.
Hey, you can get a Sandshrew.
Yay! I like Sandshrew, so I'm not gonna shit talk my guy Sandshrew.
Yeah, but you don't want to gamble for one.
No, that's true.
Gible's Pokédex entries are not super exciting.
It lives in cave. Hot cave.
Since it's cold-blooded, it needs external heat, so it goes for like geothermal heat underground. This would be the case for most lizard Pokemon, but it makes a really big case out of it here, where it goes, if you're planning to live with one, your heating bill will soar.
I don't think I could raise one of these.
Does this absorb heat? Like a lot of heat?
It needs heat to live.
Whenever you are not looking, it will shove the thermostat up really fucking high. And then when you look at it and go, did you do that? It'll shrug its tiny little fucking arms like, ah!
Gible's that kind of thing where like he just sits still, so of course he gets cold, but you're up like doing the chores all day, so of course you're hot, but he's not really considerate of that fact, so he turns it all the way up. Never mind. I think he's going down on my list real fast. I hate things that have to have it like 80 degrees in like the middle of spring. I'm like, what are you doing? It's just open a window. Stop. Oh, I hate this thing.
You know what they say about Gible due to its typing? They say
He's
it's
the
really
only ground dragon type.
no, because he's not. Because
the only
Zygarde
one.
exists. But what they do say is that this guy is dragging his balls across the ground.
I don't get it.
Is Flygon a joke to you people?
That's ground and dragon, so you're
It's
wrong.
true. It's the same fucking types.
No, because primary type is different somehow.
It's not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I think this thing would be fun to kick as hard as you could.
You stupid shark! I'm kicking you into orbit.
You gotta be really careful. It might be a landmine, Specs. You
No,
might.
I'm pretty sure this thing's a blitz ball.
Yeah, but like, I don't think I'd want to kick this thing because when it recovers, it's just gonna get back up and bite your leg off.
No, just kick it again. I think I could kick this thing a good few 100 meters.
I don't ever want to put the fear of Garchomp into myself by kicking a Gible.
I was gonna say, you kick a Gible one day, it comes back in 20 years' time and it fucking kills you. Like I feel like if you try and kick this thing, it's gonna turn around and bite your foot as you do. Like that's what's gonna happen here.
You kick a Gible, you kick a Garchomp. That's my wise words
No,
of the day.
look at this thing. This thing doesn't have like any kind of object permanence or memory. Look how fucking stupid it looks. There's no space for a brain in this thing's head. It's all just stomach and mouth.
It took it out of the sandwich pockets to replace it with sandwiches.
What you're saying, Specs, is that if you could act without anyone knowing, if you could kick a baby, you'd kick a baby. That's what you're saying.
I don't know why that
How do you know I
surprises
haven't
you.
already?
I mean, we know that you dislocate their hips. I like this thing shiny, by the way. This thing shiny is pretty good.
It's gonna get way worse. Way worse. But this one's very good.
It is, yes, I agree. But you know, right now, in the here and the now, this is good.
What do you think the things at the side of its head are for?
Sandwich pockets, I've already said.
Jet thrusters. So if you kick him, he'll just jet back to you and take your leg.
Can they fire in like either direction so he just like negates the force?
He
of the kick?
only needs to go forward.
No, I think one of them stores cum and the other one stores piss.
Why does it always come back to come and piss with you?
That's what happens after I kick the Gible away. It comes back to come and piss with me.
I hope he chokes on the sandwich.